All right. Roots. Bloody Roots. No, that's different. That's different. If you know that reference, award yourself 5,000 Bob points for knowing metal. This is The Roots, not Roots, Bloody Roots, which is a different category. How I got over, I've been listening to a lot of new albums this summer, which has been great. I honestly have been loving that. I've been enjoying that. But at the same time, it's like, got to go back. It's got to get back to a classic sound too, One thing that's great about The Roots is that they play live instruments, and I love when artists play live instruments. It's one of the reasons why I like Little Sims so much. It's because Inflow live records people playing instruments. I think it's fucking phenomenal. Not to say that somebody banging away on a laptop, also known as JPEG Mafia, can't make incredible music too, but there you go. How I got over. I don't know a whole lot about this album. Kind of bouncing around through the Roots. I've only heard the one. What was it? Things Come Undone or Come Undone or something like that. Good album. What was it? Dynamite. I remember enjoying. Crocodile Dundee. Was there a song like 100% or something like that I think I remember enjoying? Anyway, cool. Oh, Things Fall Apart, not Undone. Things Fall Apart. What were some of the tracks off of there? Dynamite, yeah. 100% Dundee, that's what it is. 100% Dundee. Adrenaline was another one I really enjoyed. Yeah. So cool stuff. Yeah, I guess opening thoughts. I really don't have a whole lot to say. I'm more just excited to get into another little genre of hip hop again. I like variety. I like bouncing around and changing things up. There's 2 music videos that I found. Technically, there's 3, but the third one, The Fire, it's hard to tell if it's an official album, like a official video. Like some of them look fan made, and one of them, I guess it was used for the Creed movie, which I saw. I remember enjoying that movie quite a bit. So it's like a video for the movie, but I don't really want to watch that because I saw the movie, whatever. So 2 music videos. That'll be Patreon only. Patreon's $2. You can listen to MP3. Discord access, although lately I haven't been on Discord, just kind of taking a break. Yeah, well, let's drop in. No real opening thoughts other than I'm excited to hear more Roots, Black Thought, Questlove, right? I hope I got that right. I believe so. I did look up on Wikipedia, quick little entry talking about how this is their 9th album. I don't remember which one the Things Come Undone or it was. But basically just bouncing all over the discography, not really concerned about the order or anything like that. But this is pretty well received. I guess there's a lot to chew on lyrically, so I'll look forward to that. Opening track is an instrumental. I'm fucking on board with that. I've been in my instrumental bag a little bit this last couple of weeks, listening to a lot of like my post-rock, progressive rock, instrumental stuff. It's been a lot of fun. I just love it. So let's get going. Let's jump in. Track 1 is called A Piece of Light. It is an instrumental. It's featuring Haley, I want to say Deckel, but I want to say Deckley. I can't pronounce this other name. Durian? I don't know. Amber Kaufman, producer Questlove, and Ray Angry. So let's drop in. And then I think I'll just let it roll right into track 2, which is Walk Alone. Dice Raw, Greg Porn, Truck North, producers Jeremy Grenart, Richard Nichols. This is always the best part of my videos, is struggling to read producer names. Questlove, Dice Raw. Anyway, let's drop in. How I Got Over, 2010, almost. Well, 14 years old. I was going to say almost 15 years, but it is 14 years old, which is kind of wild to think that 2010 was 14 years ago. Anyway, all right, here we go. Drop in A Piece of Light. Huh. Taking its time. Keyboards are coming in. Bit of bass coming in. They're doing the left-right swing. Some drums coming in. I hope this feeds into the track too. Walk Alone. Cool. Here we go. Walk Alone. Open it up with some piano. Oh, I like the little do-do-do.
Trap, no shield, no sword. The unbeaten path got my soul so sore. Allured by the lust, something money can't cure. The devil want me as is, but God, he want more. Eyes closed, eyes open, great another day. Here we go. Like a nigga woke up late in the Truman Show, living life without a care. Mean poker face, but I'm forced to play solitaire till I get up out of here. Move like a wanted man.
I like that chop with the drum there.
Sleep alone, eat alone, daily bread counted till my fingers red. How you gonna judge a man walking in the shoes of a man with a broken leg?
Walk alone, I walk alone, you know I walk alone.
Oh, wow.
Always been on my own.
I like the snaps. The snaps.
So I don't mind walking alone. Walk alone, I walk alone, you know I walk alone. Always been on my own.
A little bit of guitar in there. Yeah.
So I don't mind walking alone.
You can put me in a cage, you can put me in the jungle where the lion get blazed. Ain't no hell like the hell I raised. I die in the bed I made, for I lay with a love I loathe. I'm a snake in the garden of bones. I'm
This is
alone
great.
in a world
This
of
is
clones. I'm the piece that don't belong. See, I'm wrong with a reaper wrong, till they put my name on the stone.
Walk alone, I walk alone, you know I
Yeah,
walk
and then drops it with the snaps again.
Always been on my own. Ever since the day I was born.
Yeah.
So I don't mind walking alone.
And I love that little bit of guitar comes back in.
Always been on my
Yeah.
own.
Uh-huh. It's fucking
Ever since
legit.
the day I was born. So I don't mind walking alone.
Yeah. Legit. We'll just let it run through. I was gonna talk lyrics, but basically when it's like a 4-minute song, 3.5 to 4 minutes or longer, I'll pause in the middle. If it's 3 or shorter, I'll typically let it run long, all the way through, I mean. But there's one verse left. Let's hear Black Thought, and we'll just let the song play out. Great tone. Everything. This is fantastic. Great tone, great style. I was gonna say vibe, but no, this ain't a vibe. This is just a style, like a swagger, you know?
Walk alone, talk alone, get my Charlie Parker on, make my mark alone, shed light upon a dark alone, get my spark alone. It's a mission I'm embarking on, a kamikaze in the danger zone, far from home.
Oh, nice. Nice little bit of space to contemplate the walk alone. Ah, nice touch. One very nice touch right there. That was excellent.
Always been on my own.
Yeah. What a great way to start. Walk Alone. Let's go through some lyrics here. Let's check this out. This was fantastic. Trapped, no shield, no sword. So you're no offensive capability, no defensive capability. The unbeaten path got my soul so sore. Allured by the lust, something money can't cure. That's, right? That's a great line right there. Lust, something money can't cure. The devil wants me, want is, but God, he wants more. Eyes closed, eyes open, great another day. Here we go. Like a person just woke up to the Truman Show. So the Truman Show, I don't know if I've actually seen that movie all the way through. I've seen clips. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the Truman Show, but I understand the plot, which is he is living his life, which is a television show, but he doesn't know that, and then he kind of learns that throughout the process of the movie. Like you wake up late in this fake reality, essentially. Living life without a care, mean poker face. So nobody can read you, but I'm forced to play solitaire. So I really like that. There's an annotation, I won't click it, but I take that to mean is you've got a mean poker face so nobody can read you. But it doesn't matter because if you're forced to play solitaire, your opponent is yourself. Well, sort of, not technically in solitaire. But the idea is you got to work on yourself. So you're a mean poker face or nobody can read you. that's a nice skill to have, but it has no use here. You have no power here, mean poker face. Move like a wanted man with a bounty on his head. Work alone, sleep alone, eat alone. Daily bread. Count until my finger's red. How are you going to judge a man walking in the shoes of a man with a broken leg? This is annotated. I'm going to click the annotation here. This and the previous line together can mean either how do you judge someone's behavior when the role models available to him, the people he's supposed to emulate, are incredibly flawed, or how can I possibly live up to the standards of those who've come before me if I've been handicapped? Oh, okay. All right. Flame on the trail headed for the powder keg. Ah, that's a good visual right there, too. You know, and we see that in movies all the time, right? They light the, the black powder. What do you call that? I can't remember. And we watch it like fuse towards the barrel of explosives, and then boom, and they all die at the last second. Last place in the race, I ain't never led. Like ain't never bled. Time to get up out of bed, serve it in the army of one. It's on again. Walk alone. You know I walk alone. Always been on my own ever since I was born. I'm in a chess match. I'm in a death trap. I'm trying to figure out where the eggs in the nest at. I'm one blood when the sky turns jet black. Low love in the world can correct that. I'm in a slow lane. I'm on my Cobain. What's this mean? I know who Cobain is. Hair bands. Okay. GP here references Cobain to evoke both the despair and the feeling of being carried away along somewhere he doesn't actually want to go. Okay. So it's a very long annotation talking about Kurt Cobain and Nirvana and how they blew up the hair metal scene, like they destroyed the hair metal scene with the grunge scene. And, you know, Kurt Cobain did not want to be famous. He hated being famous. MTV didn't care about that at all. Anyway, where the hell am I? Did it move me up? It did. I'm in the new spot trying to run an old game. I got a new chick. Put out my old flame. No peace, no sleep, no love for a young beast. You can put me in a cage. You can put me in the jungle where the lion get blazed. There ain't no hell like the hell I was raised. I die in the bed I made, for I lay with the love I loathe. That's an interesting line. I die in the bed I made before I lay with the love I loathe. That can mean so many different things. I'm a snake in the garden of bones. That's an incredible line. I'm a snake in the garden of bones. I'm a loner in a world of clones. I'm the piece that don't belong. Ha! Where the reaper roam till they put my name on a stone. Black Thought had a great verse, though, too. Of course. One of these days, man, people ask every now and then, Bob, what about cheat codes? You put out cheat codes? I want to, because there's that song Belize, and there's a Doom verse. I've heard Belize a couple times. I love it. But I purposely have not listened to it, because I want to save it for when I sit down with that album. But God, the few times I've heard that song, I was, oh, this is so good. So good. Here's Black Thought's verse. The longest walk I'll probably ever be on. The road to perdition. Guess I'm finna get my plea on. I pray these wings strong enough to carry me on. I promise every second felt as if it took an eon. Walking like the Lost Boys of Sierra Leone. So there's a lot of references here that I don't know. I forget Sierra Leone. The famous documentary, The Lost Boys of Sudan, which documents the mass exodus of 20,000 boys and men between 7 and 17. The exodus was invoked by the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people due to the Second Sudanese Civil War. Wow. Sierra Leone had an 11-year civil war of its own. Wow. The Trail of Tears, where they got me like a Cherokee on. Yeah. So that's the U.S. history right there. Us displacing the Indians or Native Americans, however you're supposed to say it these days. Between the Ears, something I require therapy on, so his brain's all fucked up. For working to the bone, like my name, Robert Guillermo is the accomplished actor. Okay. Well, I guess he's just an actor I'm not familiar with anyway. I go above and beyond the duty called, truly, y'all, even though that kind of blew me off like a booty call. Ask me if I'm just another movie star, forced to face the music like graduate of Juilliard. What's this about? Common phrase, yeah, Juilliard School of Performing Arts. Oh, okay. Sure. That makes perfect sense. Well, no, I'm trying to shift to the side. See the sun shining through? I hate this. I hate when there's these sun spots on my face. So I'm going to like sit over here like this for a little bit. Walk alone, talk alone, get my Charlie Parker. Who's Charlie Parker? Composed many solos, did a lot of jazz walking. Oh, wow. Okay. Make my mark alone, shed light upon the dark alone, get my sparkle on, it's a mission I'm embarking on. Kamikaze in the danger zone, far from home. You know, one thing I want to say about this whole idea of walk alone is it's easy to feel that way sometimes, and sometimes it's just straight up true. But I do find it, I don't know, maybe it's more of an emotional place. Maybe it's more of just experiences had where maybe it felt like there was no one to reach out to, no community. Maybe it's more of reaching out to the listening audience, you know, someone more for the listener, like a song of empowerment of like, okay, here we go. I can, you know, I'm doing this thing and I'm on my own, but I'm going to still do it type of a deal. But he's in a group, you know, like basically I want to like combat this song with the idea of we're not necessarily all alone, and we certainly are not the only ones who feel the way that we feel, which is something that always helps me. Anytime I've gotten tangled up in some thing that's screwing up my mind or screwing up my heart a little bit, and I come to find out, oh, I'm not the only one who feels this way, that makes me feel better when I go, oh, okay, so I'm not like some broken human being that's all screwed up. No. This happens to a lot of people. Oh, okay. Too bad that it happens to a lot of people, but it's nice to not be alone. But I'm not gonna pick on that. Like that, I feel like if I did that would be unfair for me because I don't necessarily know what the hell I'm talking about. Cool song though. Walk Alone. I feel like it's more for the listener, more for us. You know, it's like it feels like a song of kind of empowerment in a sense, even though if you look at it, it's almost like it's not a defeat. I don't want to say it's a defeat, but a struggle. But it feels like an empowerment for the struggle, to get through the struggle type thing. Because in all these verses, even though each verse is someone, you know, struggling with something, they're continuing to move forward. So it does have that feeling of empowerment there. Great track. Let's move on to track 3, which is called Dear God 2.0. It's featuring the Monsters of Folk. The producers are Pedro Martinez, Richard Nichols, and Questlove. Okay, dropping in track 3, Dear God 2.0.
Dear God, I'm trying hard to reach you. Dear God, I see your face in all I do.
I like this little ta-ta.
Sometimes it's so hard to believe in, but God, I know you have your reasons.
They said he's busy,
Nice
hold
job,
the line,
man.
please. Call me crazy, I thought maybe he could mind read. Who does the blind lead?
Beautiful sound
Show me
here.
a sign, please. If everything is
Nice
made in
and
China,
rich.
are we Chinese? And why do haters separate us like we Siamese? Technology turning the planet into zombies. Everybody all in everybody's dirty laundry. Acid rain, earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, terrorists, crime sprees, assaults and robberies. Cops yelling stop, freeze, shoot them before we try to leave. Air quality so foul, I gotta try to breathe.
This is a beautiful sound.
And we running out of trees.
Wow. And this is 14 years ago. He's saying all of this. I like that kind of swelling sound.
Well, I've been thinking about, and I've been breaking it down without an answer.
Look how they got me on a Def Jam payment plan. Well, I'm in the world of entertainment and trying to keep a singing man sane for the paying fans. If I don't make it through the night, it's like change of plans. Harp strings, angel wings, and praying hands. Lord, Forgive me for my
That supporting
shortcomings.
vocal right there was incredible.
Ignoring the court summons. All I'm trying to do is live life to the fullest.
Dear God,
Yeah, this is a powerful song.
trying hard to reach you. I see your face and all I do.
I like here how it's empty in production,
Sometimes
like almost a lack of presence.
hard to believe in.
And then two, the hook ends with that, where it opens with, "But God, I know you have your reasons." So the whole song obviously is about doubt, and it ends with doubt as well. So that's like very well done. Very well done. To open it up, it's hard to believe in, but I know you have your reasons. And then to close it, it's so hard to believe in. And then that's it. No follow-up. No but. I loved on the part where if I don't make it through the night, slight change of plans, heartstrings, angel wings, and praying hands. And there was that suspended, backing, angelic sound of vocals through that stretch. That was brilliant. Very well done. Great song. Great song. Great song. I've been thinking, I've been breaking it down without an answer. Without an answer. I know I'm thinking out loud, but if your love's still around, why do we suffer? And listen to this first verse, man. This is from basically 15 years ago. They said he's busy. Hold the line, please. So God is too busy to answer, I guess. Called me crazy. I thought he could mind read. Who does the blind lead? Show me a sign, please. So this is a tremendous expression of doubt. If everything is made in China, are we Chinese? And why do haters separate us like we're Siamese? Well, the answer to that question is very straightforward. Divide and conquer. Together we stand, divided we fall. Technology turning the planet into zombies. Everybody all in everybody's dirty laundry, acid rain, earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, terrorists, crime sprees, assaults, and robberies. Cops yelling, stop, freeze, shoot him before he tries to leave. Air quality so foul, I gotta try to breathe. Endangered species, and we're running out of trees. If I could hold the world in the palm of these hands, I'd probably do away with these anomalies. Everybody checking for the new award nominees, wars and atrocities. Look at all the poverty. This line really stands out to me with myself and this channel. And there are days when I see some stuff on the news and it's like, it feels wildly inappropriate to sit down and do this. You know, I sometimes really, really question, what am I doing? Am I part of the problem? I don't think I'm part of the problem, but there's always the counter of, well, if you're not part of the solution, okay. But there's a lot of things happening in the world where it's like, I can't change them. Especially when you see too, like there are people who are legitimately trying to like organize and protest and do something, have an impact. And even their efforts mostly just hit a concrete wall. Now to flip it around, is it healthy for us to constantly fixate on all the terrible things that are going on in the world? Is it healthy for us to not sit down and do something that is calming and relaxing and enjoyable? No. So there's validity there. I try to operate under the idea of let's do something where maybe we can make somebody else's day a little better. I remember it was great. My wife and I, what were we doing? Oh, we were listening to the Charlie XCX album. I can't remember. My wife and I were doing a recording. I think it was Charlie, the Brat album. And during that recording was when Trump got shot. So we finished up the recording. It was like, oh shit. They posted it. And one of the immediate comments that got some traction was, thanks for posting this right now because I could use a little something else in my life right now. Like basically the person was expressing the idea of feeling stressed out, rightfully so, because who knows what's going to happen when that kind of event goes down. I was stressed out as well. And so they were just saying thank you for, something to take my mind off of that, because these days it's so weird. I feel like we're all pushed. This idea is pushed on us that we have to be knowledgeable what's going on, and we have to have opinions about everything, and we got to be up to date and all this stuff. But at the same time, it's like, to what end? What do we as individuals achieve by thinking we know this and that? Because really we don't. I mean, we just know what we're fed, and what we're fed is probably 10% of the truth. And so we know just enough to form a shitty, immediate opinion on it that has nothing to do with us and all this other stuff. And so sometimes I wonder, like, do we really need to have an opinion on everything? Do we really need to operate under this idea that we have to know what's going on around the world at all times and how this affects? It just doesn't feel realistic, you know? Anyway, long, wide tangent angle there. If I could hold the world in the palm of these hands, I'd probably do away with these anomalies. And that's always the question, you know, why, if God exists, why does God allow? Now, from my point of view, in the worldview that I have, life is a ride, in a sense. And part of that ride is having things that are out of your control, and things that make you a little nervous, and things that make you fearful. And, you know, in a weird way, it's like, it's hard to explain, because to the logical mind, it doesn't make any sense. But to an existence mind, it's like, this is just what it is. One of the metaphors I use with life is, there are things that we look at, that we enjoy, that we think are beautiful, that are actually extremely violent in nature. One of the things I love to watch is waves crashing on the beach. Love it. Love it. So calming, so soothing. But when you think about what's happening, like on a molecular level, you know, waves pounding into rock and sand, I mean, that's a very violent, chaotic thing that's happening, right? But because we've decided no one's being hurt by that, we go, oh, this is beautiful and calming, you know? And then we watch Mother Nature, you know, animals hunting animals and killing each other, and we think, oh, this is awful. And the lions say, no, this is lunch. What are you talking about? No, it's awful if I don't eat. I'm very hungry. I ran for quite a while to catch this motherfucker. I'm going to eat. I'm hungry, you know? Anyway, probably not the best, probably not the best example, but there you go. Ignoring the prophecy is more beef than broccoli. Broccoli beef is a type of a food order you could place at your very typical Chinese food restaurant. I like broccoli beef. Kung Pao chicken, though. Give me Kung Pao chicken. I like Kung Pao chicken. That's me. I didn't even look at the second verse. How long have I just been sitting here talking? I don't even fucking know. Getting all wrapped up in it, which is good. That's a sign of good music, when you get all wrapped up in it. The message, you know? Let's look at verse 2. Still me, one of your biggest fans. Still me, one of your biggest fans. I get off work, right back to work again. Probably going to need to go ahead and have my head exam. Look how they got me on the Def Jam payment plan. I'm in the world of entertainment and trying to keep a singing man sane for the paying fans. So is it like he's going crazy trying to do this? I don't know. There's an annotation. I'm not going to click it. If I don't make it through the night, slight change of plans, harp strings, angel wings, and praying hands, Lord, forgive me for my shortcomings. For going on tour and ignoring the court summons. Ooh, shit. All I'm trying to do is live life to the fullest. They sent my daddy to you in a barrage of bullets. Why is the world ugly when you made it in your image? And why is living life such a fight to the finish? Great song. Great song. Let's move on. Kind of rambling a bit. Let's keep on track here. Track 4 is called Radio Daze. Featuring Dice Raw, Greg Porn, and Blue. Producers are Jeremy Grenner, Questlove, and Dice Raw. Here we go. Track 4, Radio Daze. Loving the sound of this album so far. Great use of piano, drums, some strings, vocals. Questlove at it again. Good beat. Just scratching that guitar a little bit there.
In the radio days, kept us in the dark. In the satellite age, brings us to the light. Some feeling a bitch,
like the bass line happening there too.
So what you searching for? From birth, born, hurting and yearning for certain somethings. Lurking in Merkham, got him turning his bed into a coffin. Burning over passions in his passion. Or more or less over what the past passed us. Cause see the past tense and never really passes. Phases that trap us in cages like classes. Fogging my glasses. Lost in a mass mess. Taskless dilemma to match somebody's status. And I'm average as fuck.
They ain't ready to talk, they're ready to fight. Never leave you alone. Never leave you alone. Never leave you alone.
I like this
Never
section.
leave you alone.
I can really hear the bass line too on this part.
Life is fiction, competition and contradiction. Petty perceptions, window dressing for misdirection. Love is a lotto. I know, you know what I know. Hope is so hollow. That's why winos follow the bottle. And people pressure, make death for hidden treasure. A guilty pleasure, lonely language inside a letter. It's now or never. Move it, love it, and lose it. For it's recruited, then included in something stupid.
Interesting line right there. I'll just let it run to the end. I'm doing lots of talking on lyrics, so I'll just do it all at the end.
Never leave you alone.
The dark of the covenant / train wreck for you to rubberneck. You ain't felt the true pain yet, so you be loving that. Hit me up at Black Dot, gov like the government. Banana Republican, alien intelligence. Kill switch, real piss, thinking of some ill shit. The stone the builder refused, he need to build with. Got immunized for both flus, I'm still sick.
In the radio day.
I like the crisp pop coming off the drums, man.
In the radio day.
That was great too. This is a fucking phenomenal album so far. Phenomenal album. What are you searching for? From birth, born, hunting and yearning for certain somethings lurking in Markham, got him turning this bed into a coffin, burning over passions in this passion. More or less over what the pastor passed us. I don't really get that. Or more or less what the pastor passes. Because you see, the past tense, it never really passes. Phases that trap us and cage us like classes. So like classes, I guess like economic classes or something like that. You're kind of trapped in the cage of poverty or what have you. Or even like the middle class. The middle class is really getting boxed in right now in the U.S., in my opinion. They're just trying to squish us out and make everybody poverty. There's the 1% and then 99% poverty, basically, is what they're trying to do, it seems like. Fogging my glass is lost in the mass mess. Taskless dilemma to match somebody's status. And I'm average as fuck. No car cats gassing me up. Passing bucks like a casual blunt. Pass the buck is a question that means to deflect blame or guilt. Yeah. He notices that others do this casually, like they might pass. Oh, okay. That's a good annotation right there. Yeah, sure. Granted, hustling habits on the stump of a mansion while bums pass, asking for a buck for some bagged bricks. Bad shit going down on the daily while bad chicks pass in a Mercedes. Damn. They say he's the bastard for chasing. Maybe it's the patterns that make me that made me. And the radio days kept us in the dark. And the satellite age brings us to the light. Some feeling the pitch, some feeling the bite. They ain't ready to talk, they're ready to fight. I wonder if the satellite age brings us to the light is the idea of, the internet and the age of information and all this other stuff. And that, I feel like that was true for a while, but now I feel like we're right in the thick of the age of misinformation. There's just, I was literally talking to my son the other day. I was looking at some stuff and it was AI images and it was like, I almost can't tell. And really, honestly, half of there's like, 8 pictures and I was like, half of them I couldn't tell. I could not tell they were fake. Couldn't tell. It's fucking over. Like, I feel like the internet is going to do this thing where we're going to go right back to where we were before the internet, where the only way you can believe it is if you're actually there. And so before, like, it's probably weird for people who were born, in the 90s or something like that, if you're in your 20s or even early 30s now, but shit before the internet, you know, there's so much stuff you didn't know about, and that was fine. Your life went on, that's for sure. But now, like, there's just so much fake shit on the internet. You can't believe any of it. So it's going to get to a point where, like, the only way you can know something is real is if you actually were there to see it. But then so much information is disseminated through the internet. It's going to get crazy here real fast. It's already gotten crazy, but I think even more so. I feel like we're at that beginning of that, what do you call it? Exponential curve, parabolic curve. Anyway, life is fiction, competition and contradiction, petty perceptions. I love that, like petty perceptions. Window dressing for misdirection. Love that, petty perceptions. Love is a lotto, and I know you know what I know. Okay. Hope is so hollow. That's why wanos follow the bottle. I can't talk. Winos, bottle. So people who drink, basically, because they've got no hope. People pressure make death a hidden treasure. Death a hidden treasure. A guilty pleasure. Lonely language aside a letter. It's now or never. Move it, love it or lose it. Boys recruited then included in something stupid. This is annotated here. Oh, the annotation says, I feel like he's discussing the notion of culture vultures, the political co-opt of the energy of grassroots movements. Sure. Maybe. Sure. Who knows? It's things of nature. Pay to player and say your prayers. Naysayers, the haters, the major players, the beggars. You bout it. Don't allow it to pow without it. Then those who would doubt it, doomed to die the death of cowards. I feel like what he's saying here is going over my head. It sounds cool, but I don't get it either. But I love this last line. Free will died long before blogs and iPods. And I put that more to the now, you know, the idea of free will and the death of free will and those who are just like doom scrolling on their phones because they're addicted to these fucking feeds and they feel like they can't put them down, so they've got no control. It's still just a vice, you guys. It's a vice. Set it down. Just set it down. Black Thought. It's too much strain for nominal gain. I'm going through things, headaches, and abdominal pain. So, you know, stress can bring upon physical symptoms. I actually had a thing like 5-6 years ago. I was working nights and I just miserable. Didn't realize how miserable I was. Kind of one of those things. And I was having like this chest pressure. And I went in and I got the EKG and all the different shit. And they're like, you're fine. And then one day I was talking to one of my wife's cousins who's a nurse. We were just chatting a little bit. And she's like, well, you know, do you feel that when you go skiing? No. Do you feel it when you do this, that? No. So like physical exercise, I felt fine. But it was just during the day or whatever, I just feel this pressure. She's like, it's probably stress. Are you stressed? I don't think so. I don't know. You know, I never really thought about stress before. Now, these days, a little better, which is nice. Try to numb it with that kettle like I'm from the UK. So kettle one is a vodka. Check the blue flame, lighter running out of butane. So I wonder if that's just like, I was thinking the blue flame under a spoon, you know, for like, you know, drugs, heroin or something like that. But that could be anything. Lighten up cigarettes, lighten up another joint, you know, who knows. But basically you just lighten up over and over again and you run out of fuel in your lighter. What's up with my destructive urge that's unproductive? Choices I'm stuck with, now starting to fuck with. Contaminating family and close friends telling me to stop burning the candles at both ends, so you're working too hard. You're staying up too late. You're getting up too early because you got all the shit that you're trying to do. Ain't like I'm on a coke binge hanging in dope dens. Her life is just a pool of Patron I'm soaked in. So it's interesting. Basically his family is kind of giving him grief for, you know, working so hard. But basically, he's equating these decisions of go, and its destructive nature on him physically as something similar to being hooked on drugs, you know? And there's some truth in that. Yeah, if you don't take care of your body, it doesn't matter if you're destroying your body with alcohol or drugs or lack of sleep and stressful situations. You're destroying your body one way or the other, right? The darker the covenant / train wreck for you to rubberneck. Yeah, people watch self-destruction. You ain't felt that true pain yet, so you be loving that. Interesting. This was, I didn't understand this. The stone the builder refused, he need to build with. What's this? This references Psalm. The stone that the builder rejected has now become the cornerstone. Other than the potential prophetic meaning, this line means that which is essentially deemed useless has become the most foundation of what's trying to be accomplished. Okay. Good shit. Good shit. Let's keep rolling. Track 5 is called Now or Never. Dice Raw, Fonte, Jeremy Grenard, Kleslov, Dice Raw for production. Drop it in track 5, Now or Never. Yeah. I guess it's like a keyboard or something, huh? Like the keys, like the guitar.
Everything's changing around
Just
me,
good, clean sound.
and I wanna change too. It's one thing I know, it ain't cool being no fool. I feel different today. I don't know what else to say, but I'ma get my shit together. It's now or never.
I'm sick of waiting in vain. Tired of playing the game, thinking of making a change. Finally breaking the chains. Every phase, every happening crazy. When it's said and done, my head is right back in the haze. I'm ready for the next chapter and page to start acting my age and part ways with black thought from back in the days. I'm stargazing from the back of the stage, questioning if who y'all praise is worthy of praise.
Nice. Nice. This is cool.
Everything's changing around
The
me.
song is cool, but so far the album is cool. I like the themes, the topics,
It ain't cool being no fool. I feel different
and just good, crisp, clean, dry drums.
My mind hazy and my thoughts, they get distorted. I know my good and bad deeds both get recorded. You do right so your soul can last, but my role was cast before I even auditioned for it. So I don't really see it into my vice. It's just false reformation, no end to my strike. Feel the evil overpowering. You can go ahead, throw the towel in, cause nigga, that's the end of the fight. When you can only see the tunnel at the end of the lights. Lights out, party over, it's the end of your life. And I'm out.
Wow.
Everything's changing around me.
We're gonna talk about that
And I
verse.
wanna change too.
We're gonna talk about that one. I like that one.
It ain't cool being
This
no
one gets a heart. We're just gonna. Should I just put hearts down the list? Don't even bother listening. Just hearts all the way down.
But I'ma get my shit together. It's now or never. When I look into the mirror and see my own image, it feels like it's something else far from the distance. Something I wanna see, but something that's resistant. And every day the haunting is growing more persistent. I never noticed it before, but now I can't miss it. And the constant pound is driving me ballistic.
Wow.
I ran from it for years, but it's still next to me. And it's growing stronger, taking leaving less of me. It ain't cool being no fool. I feel different today.
I just now heard him say it ain't cool being no fool.
But I'ma get my shit together. It's now or never. It's
Huh.
now or never.
Quite the wrestling match here. Mentally, right? So I will say this about just the general theme of the song, this kind of urgency to change and this fear, and my first impression from this is hearing what they're saying. For those who are struggling with this thing of change, I feel like there's a duality that's happening here, and it's like a gridlock. It's I want to change, but I'm afraid to let go. Change is sometimes fearful or scary or uncertain. It's different. We don't know what's going to happen. And so people resist that because of that. Like the change circle of wanting to change but being afraid of changing is definitely a loop. And it can turn into like a feedback loop too, is because it feels like that's what's happening here. You gotta let go. Just let go. And so I've talked about this recently in some other videos. I get torn. I try not to repeat myself, but I also have to remember not everybody watches every video. So it's not like you guys are hearing me say the same thing every week. I don't expect anybody's listening every single week. That would be impressive, concerning. You guys stalking me over there? letting go really is just the idea of don't have a specific outcome in mind. Have a goal, have a direction, and then go that way. And then let it, wherever you end up in that direction, okay. And it's not necessarily a failure. I think sometimes we as individuals, we think, oh, I didn't get exactly what I was aiming for, therefore it's a failure. But we forget what we left behind to get where we are now. If you get close to your goal and it's an improvement from where you were, that's not a failure. That's just a different outcome. So there's that. I won't really dive into that too much, but just let go. Have a goal in mind. That's what you want to do. This is the change I want to make. Okay, well then just try and see where you end up. And sometimes you like if you're trying to, quit substance abuse or I say substance abuse, I don't mean addiction, because those are two different things. Like if you're trying to cut back on drinking or smoking, or you're trying to get into exercising, you're trying to make healthier decisions in life. Yeah, some days we just fucking fail. Well, okay, try again tomorrow. Just keep trying. It's all right. Keep trying. I do want to hit on this verse too. Fonte. Opportunities lost because I blew them. On the sunniest days of my life, I cried through them. Mom was out the picture. Pops, I barely knew him. And I would pray to God, but I'm tired of lying to him. That's a great little section right there. I personally don't believe in God, but the exercise of prayer, I fully support. I think it's a good thing, because to me it's an opening up and exploring of what you actually have inside. To me, it's the practice, the mental practice of telling yourself the truth, because we do a pretty good job of hiding the truth from ourselves, right? But if you sit down and pray, you really allow yourself mentally to admit the truth, at least to yourself, and if God exists, great, then God's on board too, but that's all I'm training is it's this practice of admitting it to yourself, which is step one. But then you get into this thing of you don't even want to admit it to yourself, right? Like you're going to pray, but it's like, I'm going to pray to God, but I'm not going to say this part to God. Yeah, we'll just keep that here because I don't want to admit that. And yeah, sometimes if I say this and I'm going to say it like I mean it, I know I'm lying. But you know what? That's a truth as well. It really is. Realizing that you are fearful of saying this thing or admitting this thing or wanting to, that is also an acknowledgement of your own truth. So while this is, I shouldn't say it's served in a negative way. I would not take that as a negative. That is just more self-awareness. That's a good thing. Tired of trying to run from the things inside of us. Got a lot of fam and a lot of admirers who tell me that I should aspire to be changed. But when I think of changing, it's like, why even try this shit? My hand hazy and my thoughts, they get distorted. I know my good and bad deeds both get recorded. This is the part where I like. This is the part where I can connect with. This is where I struggled. When I was Christian, this is where I struggled. I felt like I really, really struggled with, it doesn't matter how good I am or how hard I try, I'll always have evil. I'll always have sin. It's pointless. That's basically that. There's oftentimes I felt that way. So I can connect with that. You do right so your soul can last, but my role is cast before I even audition for it. So he's struggling with this idea of it doesn't matter. I'm already original sin. I'm already, cast to the depths unless I, beg for forgiveness or whatever you want to talk about. And that's not an easy thing to handle, especially when it's right up in your face. When you're thinking about it a lot, it makes the idea of change this. Why even try? So I don't really see an end to my vice. It's just false reformation, no end of my strife. Even if I change, I'm still going to struggle with this thing because it's a permanent part of my being. Feel the evil overpowering, you can go ahead, throw the towel in, because, friend, that's the end of the fight. When you can only see the tunnel at the end of the light. Yeah. Lights out, party over, it's the end of your life, and I'm out. That's an incredible verse. Incredible verse. It's very open. It's very I don't even want to say fearful. It's just lost. You know, but not lost in a I don't know where I am or know where I'm going. No, I know exactly where I am. And I know exactly where I'm going. It's like being on a train and the train's running and you can't stop it and you're looking ahead and the bridge is out. And you know, I just have to be here and wait. And eventually I'll fall off into that thing. That's hard. That's hard. So props to Fonte for saying something like that. That's not easy to say. That's a pretty powerful verse, in my opinion. Pretty powerful. And it's a hard struggle. And, you know, how do you get out of it? How do you get out of that struggle? I don't know. I mean, the first thing I would say is try not to fixate on it, but it's hard. Again, you get into these feedback loops sometimes in your own mind. Good shit. Let's keep going. We're an hour in. I've only done 6 songs or 5 songs. So I'm going to try and pick up the pace just a wee bit. Not a lot, but just a wee bit here. Track 6 is called How I Got Over, title track, featuring Dice Raw, Jeremy Granert, Richard Nichols, Dice Raw, Questlove, Rick Friedrich. Dropping in track 6, How I Got Over. Picking up the tempo a little bit here. This is fun, man. This is fun to listen to.
Where the people come apart, don't nobody care about you. Only thing you got is God out here in these streets. If you get down on your luck, you can stand out with a hand out, but nobody give a fuck out here in these streets.
I like that.
Every man is for himself. They ain't helping no one else. It's a hazard to your health, living life in these cold streets. Hey, who's worrying about you, babe, when you wildin' out, running around in these streets?
Great sound on this. Great. I love that this is coming after the previous track, too.
Too much drama, living with the police right behind you. It's always more than a slight reminder. We living in a war zone like Rwanda. Before I go back to the Heavenly Father, pray for me if
this is a great
too much
jam.
bother. Whatever don't break me and make me stronger. I feel like I can't take too much longer.
Not to give a fuck. Yeah, this is great. This is a great song. Great song. Great song. Great song. So I want to thank the Roots for helping me come up with an answer to the question that was, you know, essentially lingering at the last track, Now or Never. Because Fonte really, you know, he left a verse of hopelessness, essentially. And it was kind of a doom spiral. You know, when you feel like I am who I am and there's nothing I can do about it. And even if I change, I'm still going to be, coated with all these flaws. However you want to phrase it. Like, I understand that these guys are approaching it from a religious point of view. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I know some of you out there are not religious. So I'm trying to take this and, you know, it applies to all of us in one way or another. It's just how we interpret it, how we label it. So let's take this idea. We've got Fonte's verse, hopelessness. Why even bother changing? It doesn't matter. I'm still going to have all these flaws and these vices, and nothing I do will ever fix that. Nothing I do will ever erase the terrible things I've done. Okay, now, you know, let's It's kind of a darker view, but let's just hold that. And for the sake of argument, let's say it's true. Let's say it's true. What the fuck are we worried about then? Huh? If you can't change it, what are we worried about? Why are we stuck worrying about something that we could never, ever, ever, ever change? Might as well just jettison the whole thing. Oh, here's something I literally can't do anything about. And remember, we really feel this, right? We really believe it. We really believe we're always going to have these problems. Okay, well, then might as well not worry about it. And, in this thing, it's talking about the first thing they teach you is not to give a fuck. That is specific to the streets and kind of an experience there. But you can take that and translate it a bit into an answer to the previous song. Just stop worrying about it then. And it's funny how, because I do this, and I'm sure there are plenty of you out there that do the same thing, where we worry about this thing, and really it's this thing that we have no control over, and that's why we're so worried. But really, shouldn't the answer be because we have no control over it, we shouldn't worry about it at all because it's literally out of our hands? The funny little duality there that exists. Dichotomy. What's the word? Dichotomy? Anyway. But then we go, oh, no, I have to worry about this thing. It really affects me. Yeah, but you have no control. Yeah, but I need to worry. Right? We're so good at that shit. We're so good about worried about the things we have no control over. And then we punish ourselves for not doing anything about the thing that we have no control over. It's great. It's good shit. Good shit. Good old self-torture, right? We're pros. We're all pros at it. There was a line in here. I believe it was verse 2. I think it was. Maybe it was verse 1. Where the people come apart, don't really care about you. Out here on the streets, they go down. If you get down on your luck, you can stand out with a hand up, but nobody gives a fuck. It was too young to even realize we're all alone. That's what it was. Where was it though? Too much lying, too much frying. I'm all cried out because I grew up crying. I love this. They all got a sales pitch, but I ain't buying. That's a great line right there, too. Tired and sick of being sick and tired of living in the hood where the shots are fired. Maybe it was verse 3. Where was it? Out here in the streets, we're so young and all alone. We ain't even old enough to realize we're on our own. Oh, God, man. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. And not like I had like the terrible, terrible life. I had some spots when I was a kid that weren't great. But when you get older and you look back at that, like at the time you think like, okay, yeah, it was rough and, I got through it, whatever. But then sometimes when you get older and you look back, you go, holy shit, I was dealing with that at age 11 or fucking 14 or 9 or whatever. When you really look back, you go, oh my God, I was so young I didn't even realize the crap I was dealing with. Life in these streets, life in these hard streets, it's like they lost their mind. Is there any way to find? Have I run out of time? Who's worried about you, babe, when you're wilding out, running around in these streets? It's kind of the song itself, the beat, the tempo feels like a little bit upbeat because the pace is a little faster and stuff like that, but it's still lyrically it's like tough. Good shit though, man. Good shit. And it feels, I don't know, I felt like that song was a fairly good follow-up to Now or Never. The next one I think is an instrumental. Yep, and it's called DillaTUDE, so it's got to be a reference to J Dilla, right? Donuts and shit. Right, J Dilla? Yeah, J Dilla, yeah. I have to admit, and I am ashamed to admit it, but it is true. I've been listening to so much music. You guys would think like maybe I'm starting to turn into an expert, and it's essentially turning into information overload at this point. I've listened to so much, and so many people, and so many producers. I can't remember anything anymore. It's like I'm starting all over again. It's called The Flight of Titus, which makes me think of tinnitus, which is the ringing I currently have in my ears because I always have ringing in my ears because I do have tinnitus. It flows into track 8, I'm assuming, which is called The Day. So we'll play this little instrumental, and then I'm probably going to let it roll right into the day. So here's track 7, DillaTUDE, The Flight of Titus. Oh, cool little piano bit there. I love it. Wow. This is kind of a break, I suppose, right there. All right, we're going to drop into The Day, Fonte Blue, and Patty Crash.
When I wake up, I look into the mirror. I can see a clearer vision. I should start living a day, 'cause today's gonna be the day, it's gonna be the day. 'Cause today's gonna be the day, it's gonna be the day.
Earlier I was saying, we screw up and, especially with like decisions to try and be healthier, and we fail at our diet, we fail at exercise. We had 3 beers when we were only going to have 0 beers, right? Every day do this though. Every day do this. All right, here we go. Here's another chance. Here's another attempt. Go again. Go again. Let's try again. And sometimes it's not even the day. Go, all right, this morning, just this morning, I'm going to go to work. This is me all the time. I'm not going to have a donut. I'm not going to have a donut today. I'm going to do it. I'm going to walk by those donuts, and I'm not even going to look at them and see that my favorite chocolate old-fashioned is in there, the one that I like to break apart and eat in pieces. Every day. This is all you got to do. Just try. You just try. Because it's more successful than not trying at all. You're gaining ground. It doesn't feel like it, but you're gaining ground. So I love this opener. Today's going to be the day. Today's going to be the day.
Yeah, it's like every day I wake up, I stare into space and don't say much. Peer in the mirror, feeling dead from the face up. Coffee, pot, cigarettes, morning J's, Baileys. Slowing down my day before it picks up the pace. Beats playing since the night before. Thinking about writing songs, feeling exhausted from times we toured constant. And plus the toxics I sip got me tossed, still tipsy, staring at the city from the spot we call Los Angeles. Every day is like a blank canvas, carving my initials in the planet like I branded. Handpicked to live this life we take for granted, like a child with an upright base, we can't stand it.
Great line.
Trying
That's
to manage
fucking
my
clever
weight
right
without
there.
pumping my brakes and staying stagnant. Cause I can sit on my ass or just imagine the madness and get on my path and paint the
When I
canvas.
wake up, I look into
Oh,
the
they're doing like
mirror.
flute in there?
I can see a clearer.
Checking the breath, taking view from this high rise, feeling like I'm checking out a game from the sidelines. I got to try different things in these trying times. 2010 is different than it was in 9-5. It's called a live time. I picked a fine time for getting open off life like a fine
When I
wine.
wake up, I look into the mirror.
Love that
I can
little
see
use
a
of
clearer
wind instrument there. I'm assuming it's a
I should
flute.
start living a day.
It's just that nice little touch.
Today's gonna be the day, it's gonna be the day. 'Cause today's gonna
Is it
be
a
the
flute?
day, it's gonna be the
Now I don't know. I don't know.
My preacher man told me it could always be worse. Even a 3-legged dog still got 3 good legs to lose.
Yeah.
So you can stop and refresh the rules. Breathe in, breathe out, let it heal all your exit wounds. Something inside said that's the move. And maybe today I'll restart fresh and new.
Yeah. All right. All right, Fonte. All right. All right.
can see a clearer
Nice.
vision. I should start living a day. 'Cause the day is gonna be the day, it's gonna be the day, it's gonna be the day, it's gonna be the day.
That's cool, jam. I like that one quite a bit. Yeah, this is a fun listen, man. This is Fonte, man. Fonte, this is he just now or never expressing a lot of essentially hopelessness. Now listen to him. Sunday morning, planned my day out, whole new blueprint, brand new layout. Brilliant. Love that. Right, let's change it all up. Because remember, we're doomed. There's nothing we can do. All this change is hopeless. It doesn't matter. All right, then change it all up. What difference does it make, right? You're doomed anyway, right? And I'm making fun of ourselves that cling to these ideas. There's nothing we can do. Okay, well then change everything because it doesn't matter, right? We've already decided it doesn't matter. Deep down, still don't know if it'll play out. True. But for the first time, feel like I done found a way out. Awesome. one thing is true is that if you don't change anything, you can't expect anything else around it to change, right? Skin getting clear, and I feel like I lost weight. Stop and say a prayer for the times I lost faith. Troubles of the world had me in a crossface. Chicken wing sickening. What is crossface? I don't understand this one. Let's click this annotation here. Real world troubles were holding Fonte back like a crossface. Oh, that's a wrestling pin down. Oh, okay. All right. But now it's like I'm in the last lap of the car chase, and I finally understand my right to choose. My preacher man told me it could always be worse. Even the 3-legged dog still got 3 good legs to lose. So you can stop and refresh the rules, breathe in, breathe out, let it heal all your exit wounds. Something inside said that's the move, and maybe today I'll restart fresh and new. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love hearing that. Love hearing that. Let's see here. Was there another? Oh, Bomb Squad right here. The kids bringing me the noise like Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad is the production crew for Public Enemy, I believe. I'm surprised this isn't annotated. What the hell? Genius nerds. What are you guys doing? You should annotate that. Everybody coming at me from the blind side. Blind side is like the backside of the quarterback. If you get hit on the blind side, then you got tackled from behind, basically. I'm tired. It's hard to open my eyes up wide or open up my eyes wide. Listen to some theme music on the iPod. Walk around the crib doing little odd jobs. Checking my breath. Take a view from this high rise. Feel like I'm checking out of the game from the sideline. Or checking out a game from the sideline. I really like this whole walking around the crib doing little odd jobs. Because that is so much different than laying there, not doing anything, feeling depressed, apathetic. Like, no, get up, move around, do some stuff. And look, I see this shit all the time on Reddit, right? Like, oh, you're depressed? Just go for a walk. Oh, thanks, I'm cured. Like, I get it, right? Getting up and walking around and doing little odd jobs isn't going to, like, fix all your problems. But it's every little bit, every little thing. It's not the one thing that cures all your problems. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's like cleaning up a car crash. You don't just scoop up all of the debris in one swoop and then, yay, I solved it. No, it takes time. You got to sweep off this. You got to move that. You got to get the tow. It takes time. It takes effort. But then eventually it's cleared out. Eventually. So I like that he's just specifying this idea of walking around the crib, just doing little odd jobs, little things that need to be done. Little things that need to be done. It's like every day I wake up, I stare into space, I don't say much. Peer in the mirror. When I saw this lyric, I thought it said pee in the mirror. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to start the day. I go pee in the mirror. It's going to upset the wifey, but, there you go. There you go. Feeling dead from the face up. Coffee pot, cigarettes, morning Jay's Bailey's. Slowing down my day before it picks up the pace. Beats playing since the night before. Thinking about writing songs. Feeling exhausted from times we toured constant. Plus all the toxins I sipped got me tall. Still tipsy. Stared at the city from the spot we call Los Angeles. Every day is like a blank canvas, carving my initials in the planet like I brand it. Handpicked to live this life we take for granted, like a child with an upright bass, we can't stand it. That's a great line. A big upright bass, but the little kid trying to hold it just falls over. Smiling through the trouble we face, trying to manage my way without pumping my brakes and staying stagnant. It's a cool song too, man. I like that one. All right, track 9 is called Right On. Let's move on. And this one's got quite a bit of listens. The Fire has the most, but this one's the second most. So I'm curious to hear this one. It's featuring Joanna Newsom. I don't know who that is. And STS. I don't know who that is. Producers are Electric Corn and Questlove. Track 9, Right On. I love Questlove's drum beats, man. He does great drum beats.
Yo,
I try to get it how I live it. A lot of people counting on me kinda like a digit. It's a cold world, I'm not fronting like it isn't. It's no time for coming up shorter than the midget. Y'all know I'ma raise the bar though, like Bridget. See there a star go, don't blink, you might miss it. It's precious cargo, you gotta be strong to lift it. The light comes in different types, be more specific. Shit, I'm Black Thought, what could be more prolific? Yo, can a brother get a witness? Dig it, right on.
Yeah, this is fucking fire too, man. This is cool. I want to like drum my hands, but I can't make noise. Feels like the album's taking a bit of a positive turn. Back half. Front half, a little bit of struggle, a little bit of dealing with it. And now it feels like starting to manage, starting to find answers. This is a cool song.
Niggas shooting up the club like they party with Diddy. You get the diggy. I put my incandescence to fluorescence, and in essence, I can burn 1,000 energy per second. I put them on the lessons while I'm smoking on the blessing. The switch hit a light Pete Rose, light up the session, right on.
Yeah, I love these little light notes that are supplementing the beat. Yeah, that's good shit. Yeah, that shit was awesome. This is great. This is a great album,
Take it to the
man.
very top. Another track. I'm gonna do a snare roll.
It just dumps right into track 10 there. So I guess, I mean, it's saying he's featuring Joanna Newsom, but it sounds like it's just a sample. These lyrics are sampled from Joanna Newsom's song The Book of Ride On from her album The Milk-Eyed Mender. A lot of people counting on me like a digit. It's a cold world. I'm not fronting like it isn't. No time for coming up shorter than a midget. Come on, man. You know, I'm going to raise the bar, though, like Bridget. Who is this? Bridget Bardot? I don't know who that is. Okay. All right. So there's Targo. Don't blink. You might miss it. It's precious cargo. Got to be strong to lift it. Yeah. I told you I'm above and beyond I'm above and beyond a gimmick. Get in your head and spread like a pandemic. I never put myself in a race I can't finish. I'm well grounded. Found on the same purpose. Now, Sugar Tone Slim. Oh, that's what SGS stands for. I'm smart. I figured that out. He used some fancy words in his verse. I'm above and beyond hot. My measurement in watts. Time, rate of flow, and energy ain't never gonna stop. So is that like a reference to a calculation? Temperature is measured in kelvins, yes, Celsius or Fahrenheit, while the watt is a unit that measures power, yes, specifically the rate of energy conversion. Okay. Okay, all right. Pressure's on, I won't pop. Microphone, I won't drop. Gemstones, people cop. Ain't shit if I ain't in the spot. This one, I didn't understand this. STS is light, so gemstones on watches change. Oh, won't sparkle without him in the room. Of course. Very clever. It's Orion. It's the Orion of the hop, the new star of the hip. So Orion is a constellation. I don't know anything about Orion as far as what it's supposed to mean. It's one of the most well known in the sky. The star he refers to as the star of rap. Orion is named after the mythological Greek hunter and looks kind of like a large man. The most recognizable part of the constellation is Orion's belt, which appears to be the large man's belt with a sword dangling from it. This gives the double meaning to the word hip in the verse. Oh, yeah, since Orion's sword hanging from his hip. Also half of hip hop. Yeah. Well done. I shine a light for the future, so my presence a gift. It's evident I'm heaven sent with this Thomas Edison element. So those are light bulbs, Thomas Edison. No reference to Nikola Tesla, however. Anyway. Reverence for what it represents should be my benevolence. This Philly, repping the art of the city. Came from the Southwest Atlanta, get my heart to the city. Yeah. What was... People shoot up the club like they party with Diddy. What the fuck is this about? Notorious incident that ultimately sent rapper Shine to prison. P. Diddy was involved in a shootout at a nightclub. Of course he was. Of course he was. All right, let's move on. Good song. Good song. I like that one. This one's called Doing It Again. This is track 10. Producers Questlove. That's all it says. Jumping in track 10. Doing It Again.
I keep doing it again. I'm doing it again.
I don't know who John Legend is.
Yes, I'm doing
It's true. It's true. I don't know who he is. You can yell at me now.
Rising up out of the flames like a phoenix, straining to carry the weight of my brain like a genius. Knowing I'm sowing seeds, let's see whose thumb is the greenest. If
I feel like
said
I've
I
almost
mean
heard
it,
this
I did it because I need it. Eat, sleep it, and bleed it. Write it down and then read it. Asphalt to the cement, your trash talk. Delete it, I blast off. Then lay
Maybe
them
just
out
the
like a
structure.
Tempur-Pedic. It's black thought. For certain I'ma win eventually. This unsung, underrated, underappreciated. The one them underachievers had underestimated. Finally graduated. I'm one of the most hated. Something that's so sacred. Nobody gonna take it, face it. I keep doing it well. Doing the signs assistance. It's do it yourself.
I love this.
Doing it below the radar. We doing it stealth. Doing it again for ill
And then it
itself.
builds
Yo,
back
what?
down.
We gonna do it again. Even though I'm late night now, like here's John. Swimming with them great whites now.
Oh,
That's what I
right,
find.
right.
Funny how it break right down, but never mind me. Forever grimy, I guess it's just really shining. Rock roller, bipolar, like Phyllis Hyman.
I like this song. This one doesn't have a lot of listens, but I like that one. Oh, it's only 2. It's short. Holy shit. I didn't even realize it was over. That's a cool jam. So, Dear Diary, the fans will still swear by me, even though I'm late night now, like Here's Johnny. So, Here's Johnny is a reference to Johnny Carson, who I remember watching when I was a kid. I used to watch my grandfather on my mom's side used to really like Johnny Carson. And I forgot, yeah, the Roots, they're Jimmy Fallon's band or whatever. I shouldn't say it that way. They are part of that show. They're the live band for that late night show. So that's what he's talking about there. I like that song. I like the structure of the song. I like how it drops to dun to dun to dun, and then the piano's going doo 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 doo. It's like it's building up and then breaking down, and then building up and then breaking down again. I like that. Rising up out the flames like a phoenix, straining to carry the weight of my brain like a genius. Know what I'm sowing seeds. Let's see whose thumb is the greenest. If I said, I mean it. I did it because I need it. Eat, sleep, or breathe it. Write it down and then read it. Asphalt to the cement. Your trash talk. Deleted. I blast off and lay them out like Tempur-Pedic, like a mattress. It's black thought for certain. I'm going to win eventually. This unsung, underrated, underappreciated. The one of them underachievers had underestimated. Finally graduated. I'm one of the most hated. Something that's so sacred, nobody's going to take it. Ah, that's a good line. I like that too. Face how to keep doing well. Doing it sans assistance. Just do it yourself. I keep doing it again. This is cool. You know, it does feel like the album has, on the back half, taken a more positive tone. Not that the front half was negative. It wasn't I think the message is very, very good. But it is a message of struggle, strain, trying to work through. And now it feels like we've picked up some energy and we're succeeding in overcoming the struggle, which is fantastic. That's fantastic, right? Even though they tried to rob me and sabotage the spot, just like Pac when they got him in the lobby. So that's a reference right there. Tried to tax and find me like Ronald Eiley? I don't know who that is. Rodney Eiley, also a vehemently anti-tax musician. Went to jail for tax evasion. Be careful, get a good shady accountant. Doing it again, just like Poitier and Cosby. References a broken link, or the annotation. I like Martin Luther King. You like Rodney. But Rodney King? Is that the one that's the guy that got beat up, right, by the cops? The difference is I give it everything inside me. Dear Diary, the fans will still swear. Oh, yeah, we already talked about that part. That was a good jam. I like Doing It Again. I've enjoyed this whole album thus far. Let's move on to The Fire. So this is a pretty big single. Apparently it was used for the Creed movie, which was good. I enjoyed watching Creed. I haven't watched all the Rockies. The original Rocky is really good. But I liked how, with Creed, how they incorporated in, I think it was Apollo, his son. And that whole bit, that was well done. I like it when movie franchises succeed in handing off the torch to like the next generation of cast, basically. Kind of like the Ghostbusters Afterlife. They did a good job with that movie too. I really like the original Ghostbusters. So Afterlife was very well done, in my opinion. I liked that movie quite a bit. All right, here we go. Dropping into The Fires, featuring John Lennon, not John Lennon, John Legend, Richard Nichols, Dice, Raw, Questlove, Rick, Frederick. Track 11, The Fire. Let's see if it makes you want to... The boxings. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is good.
And if I'm ever at the crossroads and start feeling mixed signals like Morse code, my soul start to grow colder than the North Pole. I try to focus on the whole of where the torch goes. In the tradition of these legendary sports pros, as far as I can see, I've made it to the threshold. Lord knows I waited for this a lifetime, and I'm an icon when I let my light shine. Shine bright as an example of a champion, taking the advantage, never copping out or canceling.
I can see why they grabbed this as a song to help promote the movie. Or at least, I assume it was used in the movie as well.
One love, one game, one desire, one flame, one bonfire, let it burn higher. I never show signs of fatigue or turn tired, cause I'm the definition of tragedy turned triumph.
Nice.
It's David and Goliath. I made it to the eye of the storm, feeling torn like they fed me to the lions. Before my time start to wind down like the Mayans, I show them how I got to grind down like a science. It sounds like a riot on Hutch, it's so quiet.
Yeah, this is cool. It's cool. I really like that this back half is taking on a more power, more confidence, more just overcoming. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, everybody, go put your shoes on. Lace up. We're going to go run up and down stairs for a while, okay? Run up and down those stairs. Whew. Makes me tired just thinking about it. If I'm ever at the crossroads and start feeling mixed signals like Morse code, my soul starts to grow colder than the North Pole, I try to focus on the hole where the torch goes. And in tradition of these legendary sports pros, as far as I can see, I've made it to the threshold. Lord knows I've waited for this a lifetime, and I'm an icon when I let my light shine. Shine bright as an example of a champion taking the advantage, never copping out or canceling. Burn like a chariot, learn how to carry it. What's a chariot's of fire? Yeah, I've never seen it. Or the poem. Okay, so there's the movie and there's a poem. I don't know either. Bring me my bow of burning gold. Bring me my arrows of desire. Bring me my spear, oh clouds unfold. Bring me my chariot of fire. Okay. Maverick always above and beyond average. Fuel to the flame that I train with and travel with. Something in my eyes say I'm so close to having the prize. I realize I'm supposed to reach for the skies. Never let somebody try to tell you otherwise. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. One love, one game, one desire, one flame, one bonfire. Let it burn higher. I never show signs of fatigue or turn tired. Because I'm the definition of tragedy turned triumph. It's David and Goliath. I made it to the eye of the storm, feeling torn, like they fed me to the lions. Before my time starts to wind down, like the Mayans. I forget. I don't know much about the Mayans, but didn't they just like kind of disappear at one point or something? I don't know. Don't they have like a very, very, very accurate like calendar that's like off by a second or something like that? I don't know. I know that they're gone, and I think the Mayan calendar is the calendar that's like super, super close in terms of time. Show them how I got the grind down like a science. Sounds like a riot on a hush. It's so quiet. You know, one thing I want to say here is with this line, I never show signs of fatigue or turn tired. I don't subscribe to this. This is something, not that this is bad. I'm not saying this is bad, but I'm saying I don't subscribe to that idea. I think something that, I'll just speak for me personally. For me personally, I have a hard time, like if I'm going to push and go and try and do, it's okay to feel tired. Like this idea that we're unstoppable. I don't know. Maybe it's just the mindset. Maybe it's more of a mindset of I'm never going to grow tired and I'm never going to, I'm not going to give up on this thing and blah, blah. But I don't like operating in then an area of that kind of absolute, because then what happens is when I do get tired or I do slip up, now I feel like I failed in this absolute. So for me, try your best. And then, you might, get tired. That's okay. Rest a little bit and then push again, Anyway, that's just my little tidbit there. The only thing I hear is my heart. I'm inspired by the challenge that I find myself standing eye to eye with. To move like a wise warrior and not a coward, you can't escape the history that you was meant to make. That's why the highest victory is what I'm meant to take. I hate losing. I refuse to make the same mistake. Nice. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, that was a good jam. Good jam. Good beat. Pretty catchy. Yep. Good shit. All right, let's move on. This is an instrumental. So we got Tunnel Vision, and then we've got Web 2020. I'll just let it roll right into it. Web 2020 is Truck North and Petey Crack, I guess is how you'd say it. Questlove producing there. Here's Tunnel Vision. It's just an instrumental. We'll let that feed into it. Here we go. But now I feel like we're on the flip side of that, Maybe all we're seeing now is a light. I don't know. All right, here's track 13, Web 2020. Huh.
Right here.
Trippy production.
Yo, Jam Boy Magic, Mr. Fantastic, masterful mind, the list that I've crafted. Fresh new trick to flip, I'm Dick Dastard. Half smooth criminal and half straight bastard. No mask when your flag get captured. First class ticket to the rap hereafter. Gone in the flash and yet he gets faster. Sick when he hits the mic like Mix Master. This the battle of Troy with no pastor. Slicker than a can of oil with no caster. Chill in the front of the flight, outclass him. Bring your favorite rapper to fight, out trash him. Then I leave in a timely fashion. MCs get the tiny.
I don't know how I feel about this
girl,
one.
hold me close, it's a tiny dancer. You got a death wish, well it's finally answered. Yeah, Jam Boy Magic, Mr. Sarcastic, rap cat.
I don't like the whatever sound that is. I don't in the background. I kind of don't like it. Anyway, let me back it up just a wee smidge here.
I'm low key, kind of anti-flashy. Then I'm OG up in a black tie, classy. Sun to the sunrise, Gargamel,
I'm not really into this one.
With the bumper clock, it's black thought, my sound's hard to come by. Last spotted on a yacht, getting dumb high, banging yacht rock with my squad from 215. Straight calling niggas out like the umpire. In Trump trying to front.
Calling them out like the
Jam
umpire.
boy magic, Mr. Get Busy. You get busy too, then get with me, we'll get busy. Dig me, smooth, creamy, too skinny, but hold plenty. 22 long contact, new Bentley, no my Jack Curd back to cruise inning. Bring it back when you
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about this. This ain't clicking. This ain't clicking with me. It's weird because it's not like it's bad, but there's something about it. There's something. What is it? What is it about that one? I don't know. The first thing that comes to my mind is I just like how the rest of the album sounds. So this is a departure from that sound, and I'm not really into it. That's just first listen experience right there. Some of these other songs are so much better than this, basically. So much better than this. Ashes to Ashes, Frazier to Cassius, Clay, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, classic boxing match. And then they reversed homo because he says no homo, but y'all have some pains in the asses. God. I'm so glad. I don't know if it's still around. I feel like the whole no homo joke has finally gone away. That was just like, people are so fearful, just so fearful of homosexuals, just fucking terrified. And they're just dudes. That's it. They're just people. That's it. They're just people. They're just fucking. God, I know some people, and it's like, God, you're just terrified by homosexuals. Terrified. I remember, and what's funny too is I have like this, I don't know, it's probably like a trauma point in my memory. I remember being a kid, pretty young, probably less than 10. And my parents had taken me to like monster trucks or something like that. I remember being in a stadium and I had to pee. And my dad told me, all right, well, yeah, go to the bathroom. Like, do you need me to come with you? I was like, I don't know. Well, he's like, well, the bathroom's right there. So I go to the bathroom, and, you know, it's a stadium, so there's tons of people, right? And, of course, there's all kinds of dudes, and they've all been pounding beer, so there's a line to the bathroom. I remember walking into the bathroom, and ladies, you don't have to experience this, which is, you're lucky, but the urinal was like this fucking water trough. It's just like this big stainless steel long sink, basically. And everybody's just, you know, you just stroll up next to it, you kind of elbow your way in and go pee. And I remember being a kid and just being like, you know, wild, so uncomfortable about all of this. It just, my body went, nope, you'll never have to pee again. Guess what? Never. Turns out you don't have to pee. You don't even have a bladder. You just absorb all moisture. You're done. You'll never pee. I was so fucking scared to go pee. And like, what blows me away about this fear of homosexuality that people have is they'll look at that and go, what? That's fine. What? How is that fine? How are you afraid of homosexuals, but you got no problem fucking elbow to elbow, everybody's dick hanging out, peeing into a stainless steel trough? How does that work? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. It's very confusing to me. Anyway, I wasn't into Web 2020. Not really into that. We'll let it be. Let it be what it is. You know, they're spitting. They're doing pretty good on their verses and stuff, but they're the production. Let's just get back to the Questlove drums and the guitar and some piano. You know, like that shit just sounds amazing. Amazing. Anyway. All right. Well, there's one more track. It's called Hustla. It's featuring STS again, which stands for, I forget, and they didn't put it in here. Anyway, whatever. Hustla, and produced by Questlove and Diplo. Final song off the album How I Got Over, track 14, Hustla. Trippy. Kind of a beefy bass line there. Huh. Weird sound. It almost sounds like a digital baby crying.
Let me tell you what priceless is. Some advice to give. A sacrifice is what I make for the wife and kids. They say life's a bitch, but it's one life to live. I want my baby where that cake and the icing is. Out of them crises, off of them vices. They see what we do and grow up in our likenesses. And hip the people to the way the world twirl out here. And when I thank heaven for my little girl,
please let it be a hustler, baby be a hustler. Hope my baby girl grows up to be a hustler. Let her be a hustler, baby be a hustler.
Be a hustler.
Then you go to your customer. Please let it be a hustler, baby be a hustler. Hope my baby boy grows up to be a hustler. Let him be a hustler, baby be a hustler. If not, then you go to your customer. Sugar Slam, I'm slicker than a squid. Nigga, no kids, no baby mama. Sugar free from the drama.
Sugar free from the drama.
No sweat like a sauna, no judge. Your honor can't tell me how to raise mine. Figure that in due time. If and when I do find true love, booed up, maybe you can blue line. Boo, I'm caught up in the moment for the meantime. Let it be a hustler, baby be a hustler. Hope my baby girl
Please
grows
be a
up to be a
hustler.
hustler. Let her be a hustler, baby be a hustler. If not, then you go to your customer. Please let it be a hustler, baby be a hustler. Hope my baby boy grows up to be a hustler. Let him be a hustler, baby be a hustler. If not, then you go to your customer.
If not, you're only a customer. Oh, that's the end. Huh. Huh. I kind of like STS's verse here. Slicker than a squid. No kids, no baby mama, sugar free from all the drama. So he's not the sugar daddy. Ain't got no baby mama. Sugar be where he wanna. No sweat like a sauna. No judge, your honor can't tell me how to raise mine. Figure that in due time. If and when I do find true love, Buddha, maybe you can blue line. What's blue line? Blue. Oh, sure. Okay, pregnancy test, of course, sure. I'm caught up in the moment at the meantime. For the meantime. I'm all about the green like the tree pines. Huh. Let me tell you what priceless is. Some advice to give. A sacrifice what I made for the wife and kids. Life's a bitch, but it's one life to live. I want my baby where the cake and icing is. Out of the crises, off of them vices. Yep, sure. They see what we do and grow up in our likenesses. Really, I don't want to see them having to fight for this. Story of the family biz. I'm going to rewrite the script. Daughter of a hip-hopper, hustler like her grandpapa. Her destiny done been determined, so you can't stop her from being independent, earning paper and proper, more like a lawyer or a doctor, not a man watcher. Yeah, good shit. That's it. Please let her be a hustler. I love the chorus. Please let her be a hustler. That one gets a heart. Yeah, I was thinking these last two, actually the last three after Fire, it's almost like maybe they're just little throwaways or something. I wonder if the record company was like, no, you got to have more songs in this. But the album could have ended at the Fire. That would have been fine. And that, what would that have been? That would have been 11 songs at about 36 minutes. Yeah, kind of a little short, I suppose, then, if that's the case. That was good. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I like front half, second half. I like how it's struggling, working through it, not quitting, but acknowledging this is hard and I'm uncertain and I have fears and I don't know if I can make it and blah, blah, blah. But I keep moving forward. And then it's like the album picks up some steam and then we're facing these things. We're dealing with these things. We're moving through them. We're being successful. And then kind of end with the Fire, you know? Yeah, that's good shit. Good production. You know, that's the thing about the Roots, right? Good production and good lyrics. Black Thought is definitely one of the best out there. I like how he writes. I like his style. But Fonte, man, I almost feel like he stole the show there on Now or Never, right? Now or Never? Yeah, Fonte. That was an incredible verse. Very incredible. Very open. Very, pit of my heart type of thing. Here is the thing that bothers me the most. Here's the core of all my distress. Right here. A lot of doubt. And hopelessness, too, right there. But then he comes back a couple of songs later, The Day, I believe. Was it The Day? Did he have a verse on Fonte? Yeah, on The Day, Fonte. Yeah. And coming back strong and seeing the positive, working his way out. Good shit. I like that. How long did we run? 2 hours? Hour 55? That's not bad. Yeah, I needed that. That was good. That was a good departure. Good variation from some of the stuff I've been listening to. Although I feel like recently it's been a pretty good variety overall. I've been kind of all over the place. You go from JPEG Mafia, I Lay Down My Life to You, to Jesus is King by Kanye. That's a change. The Navy Blue album was good. Memoirs and Armor, that was enjoyable. What else have I listened to? I don't even remember. I have to write this stuff down because Jeffrey was great. Jeffrey was great too. Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. There's Roots. I'll do 2 music video reactions now. That's Patreon only. If you're on YouTube, take care. We'll see you soon.